You have seen final keyword yesterday. Final keyword. Final keyword is called as modifier. Why we are calling modifier? Because it modifies the behavior of a variable, method, and class. We can apply to variable, we can apply to method, we can apply to class. Now, see, we can apply to variable, method, and class. Final variable must be initialized. You observe file, open, see, now if I write integer x equal to integer x, if I write static integer y, if I write integer z, you have seen this one. This is which type of variable? This one. Instance variable. How many ways to access? Can I access like this? Can I access like this? Class variable. How many ways to access? 4 ways. Can I access like this? Local variable. How many ways to access? 1 way. That is directly. Okay. Now I didn't initialize x, y, z. You observe. I didn't initialize. This program will give error only z place. X default value 0 comes. Y default value 0 comes. Z error comes. File save. Local variable must be initialized. But now final variable also must be initialized. Java C demo.java. Java demo. Here. Variable z might not have been initialized. You are getting error for only z. Okay. X and Y, you are not getting error. Say, if I remove this z, just if I remove this line, it is valid. Compilation, execution, 0, 0. I think this program you written, no? Written this program? Like variables time. No, variables time. No. Okay, write this program also. Write this program. Error because local variable must be initialized before access. two lines comment. These two forward slashes is called comment. It ignores the compiler. These two lines, two forward slashes is called comment. If you don't write this, now if you write like this, what will happen? This line is ignored. This line not compiled. Is it over? So this line error because local variable must be initialized before access. This one output 0. This one output 0. And this one also output 0. This output 0, this output 0. Default value 0 comes. Default value. Is it over? Now, final variable also must be initialized. Suppose instance variable. I'll write instance variable are written. Now here. Now only if you compile and execute, what will be the output? 0, 0. But if I write here final, if I write final, error comes. Final variables must be initialized. Okay. See, even if it is instance variable, class variable also, two errors now. See. See, two errors. Variable y not initialized, variable x not initialized. Okay. Variable y not initialized, variable x not initialized. This is error. Here also error, here also error. Write this one. This one also write it. So this program will not compile. Error because final variables must be initialized. Error because final variables must be initialized. If we don't initialize, error. Is it over? So if the variable is final, you must initialize, otherwise error. Because final value cannot be changed. Suppose final integer x, if it is 0 comes, then 0 you cannot change. That is the problem comes. That's what, if you want 0 also, you have to write 0. Your value final. That's what you must initialize. Final, if you remove final, by default 0 coming for this. If final, if you write, compulsory you have to initialize. This is one concept. Now I'll ask some questions, give me answer. Here, demo x equal to 10, demo, d equal to new demo, system dot out dot println d dot x. Think yourself and give me answer. If I compile and execute, what will be happen? Error? Your answer can be right or wrong. Try to give answer. Now, this code snippet, will it compile or not compile? Give answer. First, compiles or not decide. Compiles? Compiles? How many will answer compiles? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, majority people compiles. Online students. Okay. How many will answer not compiles? Okay. Online students. Now, those who given not compiles, why it will not compile? Those who given compiles, why it will not compile? Give me answer. Why you selected not compiles? Those who given not compiles, for them one more question. Why it will not compile? In which line error is there? Line number 6. Line number 6 error. Why error? Final variable not initialized. That's what error. That is not error. That is the reason error. Now, those who given compiles, how this will compile? How it is valid? This constructor is called whenever object is created. This line also executed whenever object is created. It is called initialization. While teaching constructors only covered, no? Constructors are used to initialize the instance variables. That is instance variable. It is initialized. If it is assignment, error. It is initialization. It is initialization. So it will compile. No error. See, it will compile successfully. Because this is appears like a 2 lines, but it is 1 line only. Because when this line executed, whenever object is created, when this constructor is executed, total code executed same time. That's what it is called initialization. It appears like a assignment, but not assignment. It is initialization. That's what it is valid. Right, son? It is called as an initialization. So it is valid. No error. It is valid. Constructors are used to initialize instance variables. That point you studied. Constructors are used to initialize instance variables. That's what it will compile. Just open the door also. Now, is it over? So this line is executed whenever object is created. This constructor is executed whenever object is created. Both are executed same time. That's what it is called initialization. Now, final variable must be initialized. That is initialized. That's what it will compile. Okay. Is it over? Now little bit I'll change. Now give me answer. Now will it compile? Yes. Sure. What is this? Initialization block. That block is called initialization block. It is also will compile because this is executed whenever object is created. This block also executed whenever object is created. That's what valid. See, compilation, execution. It is also valid. Right, this one. It is also called as an initialization. Initialization means not only one line. This is also initialization. It appears like a two lines, but one initialization. Okay, it is also initialization, valid. No mistake. So executed whenever object is created. Memory allocated whenever object is created. That's what it is called initialization. Okay. It appears like a assignment, but not assignment. It is initialization. Is it over? Now one more I'll give. Say it is one method I'll write. Void set. Here I'll call d dot set. Now error. Why error? It is called assignment. Now this value not initialized. That is one error. You cannot change the value. That is one more error. Actually, two errors are there. But it shows one error. If you remove that, one more error comes. Say cannot assign a value to final variable x. Suppose I'll remove this. That error comes. Not initialized. Say variable x not initialized in the default constructor. So default actually constructor will initialize. Default constructor will initialize actually, not initialized. So if you write this one, it is called assignment. That's what error. If you remove this one, that is not initialized. Two errors are there actually. Okay. Write this one. It is called as an assignment. Error because final variable not initialized and we cannot assign a value to final variable. Two errors are there. Error because final variable not initialized and we cannot assign a value to final variable. Two errors. Is it over? So it is method, it is assignment. If you write block, initialization. If you write consider, initialization. If you write method, assignment. If you write a block, initialization. If you write consider, initialization. Is it over? Initialization, variables related concepts completed. See, method concept. Suppose class test. Demo extends test. That means inheritance. Here, void show is on method. Here also, void show is on method. Now, is it method overloading or overriding? Overriding. Method name same. Parameter list also same. It is overriding. But once if you write a final keyword here, we cannot override. We cannot override. Okay. Now, this is called method overriding, but error. Say method overriding. But it is not possible. It is method overriding, error. Because final methods cannot be overridden. Right, this one. Method overriding. Error because final methods cannot be overridden. Error because final methods cannot be overridden. if you apply to variable, value cannot be changed. If you apply to method, we cannot override, because here already some definition will be there. The definition you are going to try to modify. That modification not possible. That means the value not changed, here definition not changed. Over. If we apply to class, we cannot inherit. Here final if you write in this line error. Final classes cannot be inherited. Note error because final classes cannot be inherited. Error because final classes cannot be inherited. Error because final classes cannot be inherited. Inheritance not possible. You can prevent inheritance. Is it over? What is final keyword? It is called as modifier. Why we are calling modifier? Because it modifies the behavior. Which behavior? Variable behavior, method behavior, class behavior. If I apply to final variable, if I apply final keyword to variable, then value cannot be changed. If I apply to a method, cannot be overridden. If I apply to a class, we cannot inherit. So by using final keyword, we can prevent value of the variable, method overriding, and inheritance. These three we can prevent. So if you don't want to allow to change the value, write variable final. If you don't want to allow to override, then write final method. If you don't want to allow to inherit, then write final. If you don't want to allow, now this class I don't want to allow to inherit in another class, then make it final. Then no one can inherit. Inheritance you can prevent. So value of the variable we can prevent. Method overriding we can prevent. Inheritance we can prevent. These three we can prevent. Okay. Now this is about final keyword. Next concept, access modifiers. I'll ask some questions before this one. Give me answer. Life of the variable, scope of the variable you studied, no? Instance variable life is object. Class variable life, class. Local variable life, method. Method parameter life, method. Block variable life, block. Scope of the block variable, limited to block only, within the block only. Scope of the method parameter, limited to method only. Scope of the local variable, limited to method only. Scope of the instance variable, based on access modifiers. Scope of the class variable, based on that is your learning now. Okay, that is your learning. Access modifiers. Not done. Access modifiers are also called access specifiers. Access modifiers are also called access specifiers because they specify access permissions to variables, methods, and classes, interfaces, dash, etc. Access modifiers are also called access specifiers because they specify access permissions to variables, methods, classes, interfaces, dash dash, etc. Access modifiers are also called access specifiers because they specify access permissions to variables, methods, classes, interfaces, dash dash, etc. So according to Sun Microsystem, Java access modifiers you have to call. We are calling access specifiers also. That is general. Why we are calling like that is it specify the permission. That's what we are calling access specifier. You can permit to variable also, method also, class, interface, enumeration, record, so many further we'll see. Okay, dash dash, etc. given. Next, note. There are 4 access modifiers in Java. First one, private. Second one, protected. Third one, public. Fourth one, I'll give. Write it. There are 4 access modifiers in Java. First one, private. Second one, protected. Third one, public. Fourth one, I'll explain. Say in C language, access modifier concept is not there because C is not object-oriented programming language. But C++ object-oriented programming, there is an access modifier, but there are 3 access modifiers in Java 4. Now, fourth one don't write. I'll give. Now, say there are 4 access modifiers in Java. First one private, second one protected, third one public. What is fourth one? I'll explain. Now, if I compare with C++, you'll get a more clarity. That's what I'm comparing with C++. This is no need to write, just listen. C++ and Java you observe. C++ and Java, if you observe, class A, here, integer A, private, it is C++ class syntax different. Okay. No need of C++ language, no need to worry. Okay. Protected. For only this concept comparison, it becomes easy. That's the reason I'm comparing. Like this. Public. Integer D. It is C++. Here semicolon also will be there. That is C++ class syntax. C++ syntax like this will be there. Here semicolon also will be there. Here colon will be there. Private colon, protected colon, public colon. Java will write like this. Same concept in Java will write like this. That is C++ syntax. This is Java syntax. Java style different. Now, like this will write. Okay. Now, this B is a private variable. This C, protected variable. This D, public variable. Okay. Now, B is a private variable. C is a protected variable. D is a public variable. Here also. B is a private variable. C is a protected variable. D is a public variable. It's clear. Okay. But A which type? Okay. A non variable access modifier. A. Now this B is a private. C is a protected. D is a public. Java also B is a private. C is a protected. D is a public. But here A. This A also private. If we don't write any access modifier in C++ class, that access modifier by default private. So this A and B both are same. No change. There is no change. Now A also private, B also private. Okay. If you don't write any access modifier in C++ class, that is nothing but private. But in Java, if you don't write any access modifier, also one type of access modifier. If you don't write anything, also one type, that is not a private, that is not a protected, that is not a public. But which type? Type name not there. Okay. Without writing access modifier, also one type of access modifier. Now, suppose if I ask question in C++, which access modifier is default? Private is default. Private is default. But in Java, which is default? That is default. Now, suppose people are calling default access modifier. If it is, suppose if it is that is default, then how to call which is default means default is default. It will become like that only, no? That is the reason. Without writing access modifier, also one type of access modifier, that type name not there, that is default. Got it? It is not a private, it is not a protected, it is not a public. But what is the type? Type is not, name is not there. That is default. That is default. But people are writing directly default. Fourth one, default they are writing. Then which is default means default is default. It will become like that. Got your point? That's what. Fourth one, no name. That is default. Without writing access modifier, also one type of access modifier. That type name not there. That's what no name. That is default. Without writing access modifier, also one type of access modifier. That type name not there. That is no name. That is default. Which is default? No name is default. Okay. But directly suppose if I write here default, if I write here only default, again question, which is default? This will be happen, no? That is the reason it is better. I given clarity. Later you give a clarity to interviewer. That's it. Okay. That is your responsibility. Because like that, so many concepts are there in Java. I given 100% clarity. Later you explain to interviewer properly. That's it. Now, here private, protected, public. Fourth one, there is no name. That is default. Without writing access modifier, also one type of access modifier. That type name not there. That is default. Now, what is the difference between private, protected, public, no name? That is I'll teach now. Okay. Now listen with more concentration. Here I'm writing classes. Class A. In this class, integer A, private integer B, protected integer C, public integer D. Okay, it's on class. Now, what I'm going to explain, what is the difference between these four? I'm going to explain. These are which type of variables? Instance variables. When memory allocated? Whenever object is created. Whenever object is created, memory allocated. Whenever object is destroyed, memory deallocated. Life is same. Life is same, but scope different. That is your learning now. Life is same. All variable life is same. All variable memory allocated whenever object is created. All variables are vanished whenever object is destroyed. Life is object same, but scope different. Whether it is accessible or not accessible. Permissions. That is access modifier. Now here, what is the difference? I'm going to explain. For understanding this one only, inheritance required. Inheritance you learn. That is the reason today I'm explaining. But otherwise, there only, well, variable time only I can explain. But otherwise, not possible. That's what here. Class B extends A. Class C. So one more class. Now 3 classes are written. Okay. Not only 3, 2 more classes I'll write. Class D extends A. One more class E. 5 classes are written. Now, between A class and B class, inheritance relationship is there. Between A class and C class, no relationship. Between A class and D class, inheritance relationship. Between A class and E class, no relationship. Okay. Why these many classes? To understand the difference between those 4 access modifiers. Okay. But for learning this one, pack A is also one more concept required. For learning this one, pack A is required. For learning pack A, this one required. Okay. 2 at a time if you learn, pack A you will not understand, access modifier you cannot understand. Total object-oriented programming confusion only. And complicated confusion all mixed. That is the reason order also difficult to maintain. Like you see, I am teaching this order. Some books, some other order will be there. Present, you refer any other book, confusion comes. After exception handling topic, any book you refer, you will understand. Before exception handling, confusion. Because this is my order. But author, one more order written. One more author, one more order. One more faculty, one more order. But at last, subject is same. Subject is same. Order different and the terminology different. Okay. That's what. Here, for learning access modifiers, package concept also required. Now, what is package? Means collection of classes. That is later we will see. These 3 classes in one package. Suppose package demo. These are in demo package. These 2 classes, another package. Test. Assume. How to create package, how to use package later. Now, what you are learning today, what's the difference between access modifier you are learning? Okay. Now, here 2 packages are there. One package name is called demo. One more package name is called test. In demo package, 3 classes are there. A class, B class, C class. In test package, 2 classes are there. D class, E class. Okay. In demo package, 3 classes. In test package, 2 classes. Here, between A and B, inheritance relationship. Between A and D, inheritance relationship. But this is also not same. B in the same package. D in another package. Between A and C, no relation. Between A and E, no relation. But not same. That is in same package. This is in another package. Now see the scope. Now scope. Scope of the variables. I'll give scope. Each variable scope. This variable scope is package. Package scope. Scope is package. That A you can access in the entire package. That means in demo package you can access. In demo package, how many classes are there? This variable you can access in A class, B class, C class. 3 classes it is visible. So it is visible to 3 classes. Visible to 3 classes. Okay. Now this is without writing access modifier also one type of access modifier, that type name not there. That's what no name. That is default. That scope is package. Within the package you can access. That is visible to A class, B class, C class. You cannot access in D. You cannot access in E. Okay. Visible to A class, B class, C class. Visible to A, B, C. Now, here, next one, private. This variable scope is class scope. Within that class only we can access. Then where we can access? Only A class. One class only. That's it. Visible to A class only. Protected variable scope. Protected variable scope. There are two scopes. Package scope and subclass scope. Subclass can be outside also. Subclass can be outside the package also. Subclass can be outside the package also. That scope is package and subclass. Subclass can be outside the package also. Outside the package also allowed. That means package scope means A class, B class, C class. Subclass scope means D also. Can we access in E? No, because it is not a subclass. It is not in a package. But how it is accessible in C? It is in a package. It comes under package scope. It comes under package scope, subclass scope. It comes under subclass scope. But this is not comes under package, not comes under subclass. Now, that is this variable, no restrictions, not restricted. So, no restrictions to public. There is no difference. A class, B class, C class, D class, E class. All the classes you can access. No restriction anywhere. Say, small a. Small a, how many classes visible? 3. Small b, 1 class. Small c, 4. Small d, difference is there, no? Not same. Private different, public different, protected different, and no access mod, no name also different. Okay. Here, this is 3 classes. It is 1 class. It is 4 class. It is 5 class. But first of all, my question: this D, can I access in E class? Yes, we can access. But D is a instance variable or class variable or local variable? Instance variable. This variable you can access here because public. But if you want to access, how many ways to access? 2 ways. What are those? Which class object you have to create here? A class object you have to create. But creating object class also should be accessible. That is the reason here if you write public then only. Otherwise that is not possible. Suppose this is public class. Now A is a public class. If A is public class, you can create object here. Then you can access D. But the variable is public, class is non-public. Then class we cannot access outside the package. That is default, no name. Then no name means within the package only. That is the problem comes. That's what A class should be public. Now it is public class A. Okay. Say this is about access modifiers. How many access modifiers are there? 4. What are those? Private, protected, public, no name. Which is default? No name. What is the scope of no name? Package. What is the scope of private? Class. What is scope of protected? Package and subclass. Subclass can be outside the package also. Public scope is no restriction, not restricted. Anywhere you can access. That's it. Now, if I give any any variable, any access modifier, any method, any access modifier, if ask whether it is accessible or not, can you give answer or not? Possible. Only 4 words if you remember enough. If you open books, 5 pages will be there about this. Okay. About this, 5 pages will be there. And even this, seeing these 4 words also, you can make it 5 pages. You are perfect, no? Write this one. Without writing access modifier, that access modifier scope is package scope. Private scope is class scope. Protected scope is package and subclass. Subclass can be outside the package also. Public scope not restricted. No restriction. Anywhere you can access. Package and subclass. Subclass can be outside of the package also. That is protected scope. Is it completed? Is it over? Now, next write it. No name is a default access modifier in a class. Public is a default access modifier in interface. No name is a default access modifier in a package. So in an interface, public default. If you don't write anything, public in interface. No name is a default access modifier in a class. Public is a default access modifier in an interface. No name is a default access modifier in a package. Inside the package, no name. Inside the class, no name. Inside the interface, public. Interface concept further comes. Say class A, you'll write integer x. Here, which access modifier is there? Which access modifier? No name. Suppose interface. Here, which access modifier? Public. Because that is public is a default access modifier in interface. Okay, that is a concept. Here, if I write here class, here what will be there? No name. Here if I write interface, here what will be there? Here public will be there. Okay. But here also access modifier is there. That is no name. Okay. Now in all four access modifier, which is more restrictive access modifier? In all. Which one? Private. Next. See, you can give answer possible. Default, no name. Next. Next. It is very simple. 1 class, 3 class, 4 class, 5 classes. 1, 3, 4, 5 order. So, which is more restrictive? Private. Next, no name. Nothing but default. Okay, people are calling default also. Now, next, protected. Next, public. Okay. Now, write this one also important. It is more restrictive. It is less restrictive. More restrictive access modifier. It is less restrictive access modifier. More restrictive access modifier. Less restrictive access modifier. Is it over? So private is more restrictive. Next, no name. Next, protected. Next, public. More to less or less to more. Any one order, remember, it is compulsory further required. While learning polymorphism required. Okay. Now, is it over? Now, next point. In Java, outer class cannot be private and cannot be protected. In Java, outer class cannot be private and cannot be protected. Say inner classes later. It is outer classes. Whatever you are learning, outer class only. Class A, private class B, protected class C, public class D. It is valid. It is error in Java. Java doesn't support. It is error in Java. It is valid. In Java, outer class cannot be private and cannot be protected. Whatever we are writing classes now, those are called outer classes only. Inner class further we'll see. Inner class topic is there. Inner class we can apply. Outer class cannot be private. Outer class cannot be public, protected. You can write only two access modifier. No name, public. But private, protected, error. Private and protected, error. In Java, outer class cannot be private and cannot be protected. So it is valid, it is error, it is error, it is valid. Is it over? Next, interface also same node. In Java, outer interface cannot be private and cannot be protected. Same. Here, if it is interface, what is the interface later? Present, you write this one. In Java, outer interface cannot be protected and cannot be private. It is valid. It is error. It is error. It is valid. In Java, outer interface cannot be private and cannot be protected. Inner classes, inner interfaces concept further comes. At the time you can write all, private, protected, public, all. But outer class, whatever we are writing daily, those are outer classes. Class in a class is called inner class. That is later we'll see. In Java, outer interface cannot be private and cannot be protected. So this is valid, this is error, this is error, this is valid. Is it over? Now, suppose class demo. Here which access modifier is there? Which access modifier? No name. Suppose interface demo. Here which access modifier is there? It is also no name. Inside the interface public. These are inside the package. These are nothing but, like this will write further. Now, demo class, demo interface. Okay, test something other name. Demo 2. Demo class inside the demo package. Demo 2 inside the demo package. So these two inside the package. Now, year one variable integer x. Year one variable integer y. Now this is which type? Okay, access modifier. No name. This one public. This one no name. This one like that. Now it is inside a class. Inside a class is no name. Inside a interface is public. This is inside a package. That means no name. Got it? Now public static void main string args. Okay. Now integer x equal to 10. Here which access modifier? No name. Here which access modifier? No name. Okay. It is no name. It is no name. Suppose here I written private. Now which access modifier? Private. If I don't write, no name. Here integer z. Here which access modifier? Wait. Access modifier is not there. No name also not there. That is local variable. You cannot apply. So this is not same. Here no name is there. Here access modifiers are not there. Not applicable. That is note. Note access modifiers cannot be applied to local variables. Access modifiers cannot be applied to local variables. Access modifiers cannot be applied to local variables. Cannot be applied to local variables. Say here which access modifier? No name. Here no access modifier. Access modifier is not there. Okay. Now if I write private, error, you cannot apply. Not applicable. Okay. Access modifiers are not applicable, cannot be applied. We cannot apply. So that's what, if you write like this, here we do not have access modifier. It doesn't contain access modifier, but here contains access modifier, but that is type name not there. That is no name. Okay. Here access modifier is there. The type name not there. That is default. Here access modifier is not there. What do you mean? No. Every day main method we are writing like this: public static void main. Now here at the command prompt you will run the program like this. First of all, this main method, is it instance method or class method? Main method. Class method. How do you know that is class method? Static. How many ways to access? 4 ways. What are those? Directly, class name, object, object reference. At the command prompt, you will write Java demo. Then what system will do? Demo.main. It calls. You are writing demo, but what system will do? Demo.main. That's what this main method called. Now, whichever class contains main method, that class name you have to use to run the program. No, you studied. This class name will write. Then that class name dot main, it is going to be called. That is, we are not writing. By default, it will call like that. Whenever I run this program, demo.main, it is called. That's what they given static. Assume it is non-static. Then how to call that method? Object creation. Where you will create object, how you will call. For calling that method also object required. For calling that method also object required. That is the reason they given static. If it is static, class name required. At the command prompt, what you are writing? Java demo. That is nothing but class name. At the command prompt, you are writing Java demo. The demo nothing but class name. That's what demo.main. Now, this should be accessible to main method, operating system. That's what public. This is public. It will provide. Now, public static void main. It is not returning. If it returns, who will receive? Operating system should receive. That is the reason we should not write other return type. This is, you will understand later because strings not completed. Okay. So it should be accessible to operating system for JVM. That's what public. This is, if non-static is there, calling this method also object required. That is the reason they given static. If return type, any other return type is there, who will receive? Operating system should receive. Then no use. That's the reason void. This point we'll study later. String handling not completed. Okay. This is about access modifiers. Okay. Now, how many object-oriented principles are there? 4. What are those? Inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, encapsulation. 4 principles are there. Still, first principle also not completed. You are learning still object-oriented programming, inheritance principle only. Monday class, we'll see continuation. Okay. Monday, relationships in Java. Is a relationship, has a relationship. That is also inheritance related only. After completion of that one, I'll start polymorphism. So Monday it will take relationships only. Tuesday, I'll start polymorphism. We'll see continuation on Monday.